Have you ever thought much about your sense of smell? What if I told you that studies show that nearly half of the young people said they would rather give up their sense of smell before they gave up their laptop or their cell phone? My name is Rodney K. Baldwin, and I'm here today to talk about COVID-19 and now how it has shined light on the sense of smell and gave more research to your sense of smell. Dr. Pamela Dalton, an experimental psychologist at the Monell Chemical Sense Center in Philadelphia that studies the sense of smell and taste and how it affects our emotions and memories, let us know how COVID affects our sense of smell. First, let's talk about COVID-19. COVID-19, smell has been one of the most overlooked senses until the COVID-19 pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic has given researchers of smell a lot of urgency because of one of the common side effects of the virus is the loss of smell. The loss of smell and the changes in the senses of smell became more prevalent in people. Some recovered quickly, some had long-lasting effects, and some even had permanent effects. Before we go any further, let me give you some understanding and from research how the COVID-19 virus affects our sense of smell. And it is through here, our olfactory receptors. The human nose contains 10 to 1 million receptor cells, also having supporting cells in the membrane. The sensation of smell is due to the olfactory receptors, which is a mucous membrane. The virus COVID-19 enters the body through the ACE receptors. And a high concentration of those ACE receptors are in the olfactory area, which is high up in our nose as well as in our lungs. The COVID-19 does not affect your taste buds. It affects the coronal nerve number 1, which is olfaction. Over 90% of food flavors comes from the nose. Let's discuss the loss of smell following COVID-19. Loss of smell following COVID-19. There are two main terms that comes to mind when you're discussing the loss of smell. One, that word is insomnia, and the other one is parasomnia. Insomnia is a complete loss of smell. It's like turning off a light switch of your olfactory sense when your olfactory sense is completely gone. Now, in this case, it just don't affect your sense to smell, but your appreciation of flavor. Once your smell is gone, your taste will change. You might eat or drink something that will have the flavor, maybe say, for example, flavor of an apple might taste like a prune. And you might eat or drink something that just tastes totally different. But now with the parasomnia effect, you will have the ability to smell, but there's a distortion of what something smells like. For example, your favorite cup of coffee might smell like kerosene, or your favorite candy bar might smell like dog poop. Okay, let's talk about the loss of smell and its effects on people. People talk about being disconnected from their loved ones, their job duties, once they have lost their sense of smell. You might have a loved one and you might go to hug them, and because you can't smell that baby smell when you hug your baby, you feel disconnected. Or you might be working on a job that you use your sense of smell to smell mechanical problems, and you can't smell them no more. And it kind of affects people in them certain ways when they're trying to perform jobs or go into locations where they felt, you could smell the area and know where they at. It just gave them a sense of relaxation that's been taken away from them when it comes to dealing with people and loved ones and on their job. That's how it affects people emotionally. Let's talk about the regeneration, because everybody want to know, how can I get my smell back if I have permanent loss? Regenerating your smell. Olfactory training is a smell training. It's a technique which olfactory nerves can regenerate. You do this by stimulating your brain. Things that you can remember and sense, you keep smelling them over and over. MRIs have shown that parts of the brain will become more active from constant training the brain from smelling herbs like oils, lavenders, peppermints, tea tree oils to remember the smell. And this is the most effective way to regain your sense of smell back. So doing these things, smelling, constantly smelling and being around areas where it's a lot of flowers or oils, and you keep smelling these things and you think that's lavender, that's tea tree oil. And your brain and your olfactory senses will start to remember these things and start regenerating your sense of smell back. Because if you can smell, you will smell some things, but you need to bring back the memory what you're actually smelling. So this is the best way to regenerate your smell back. My name is Rodney K. Ball, and I thank you for listening. And I hope I gave you informed you in some good information about the sense of smell, and that you won't take the sense of smell for granted. Thank you. And I hope you all have a blessed day. And thanks for the researchers that helped me out here. Pamela Dalton from out of Philadelphia. Daniel Yitman from the Medical Review Station, Sampson, and the University of Utah Communications. We thank you and hope you all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.